Good morning. Please title your notes Parallel Lines and Transversals. We are starting our new unit today over some geometry concepts. So solving equations is still going to come up from time to time. It's definitely something we don't want to forget. But this is the start of Unit 2 for us. There will be quite a bit of writing in this unit because there's a lot of vocabulary, so just be prepared for that. At this point, I would like you to pause and write down the definition for parallel and perpendicular. Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that will never intersect. So no matter how far they stretch on, they'll never cross. Perpendicular are lines that intersect at a right angle. Okay, so down here, I would also like you to sketch these two pictures. So again, pause whenever you need. But these two lines intersect at a right angle. This little box indicates that our two lines are perpendicular or that this is a 90-degree angle. Right here, these two lines are parallel, and these two little arrows indicate that these two lines are parallel. So even if two lines look like they might be parallel, we cannot assume they are unless they tell us they are by either stating it in a sentence or by putting these arrows on a line. Okay, and if you had different lines in the same picture, like, let's say we have these two lines, they're parallel. To separate this pair from this pair, they might put two arrows so that you don't get them confused, okay? So transversal is a line that intersects two or more parallel lines. So this line, these two, P and Q, are parallel because they have that one arrow. And then the line that cuts through them is our transversal. And again, I would like you to pause, write down your definition, draw your picture. Okay, now we're going to talk about different angle pairs. So this first one is corresponding angles, which are angles that are in the same position on both lines. So these are all color coordinated, but with one arc here, this corresponds to this purple arc down here because they're both on the bottom right of their respective line. Or here, these two blue arcs correspond with these two blue arcs because they're both in the top left. The green ones are both in the bottom left. The red ones are both in the top right. So they are in the same position. If I scooch this line up and put it right on top, these would match up, the ones that are the same color. Okay? So again, I need you to pause, draw your picture, write down your definition. All right, alternate interior angles. Interior means that they are on the inside, and alternate means opposite. So here, this red angle and this red angle are on opposite sides on the interior, and these blue ones are on opposite sides on the inside. Okay, alternate exterior, same idea, is the opposite. Exterior means outside. So these red angles are on the opposite side on the outside, and same with the blue angles. Now all these angle pairs, and let's go ahead and type this out. Corresponding alternate interior and alternate exterior angles are all congruent. Okay? And then congruent means that they have the same angle measure. Okay, so if this red arc was 30 degrees, and it's not, but let's just say it is, then this red arc would also have to be 30 degrees. Okay? Again, pause. I know there's a lot of writing for this unit, but you need to know these definitions. So pause, sketch a picture, write your definition. So we just wrote this last sentence on the last page, so you don't need to write it again. But I do want you to write this second sentence. If angles are not one of these types, then they are supplementary, which means they're going to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so again, pause, write down that second sentence. Okay, the type of questions we're going to encounter on these are filling in the missing angles. So here I have two parallel lines. We know that because of the arrows, but we can't assume that. If they don't have the arrows, then we don't know they're parallel, and then this won't work. Okay, they have to tell us. 75 degrees was given to us, and just by being given one angle, we should be able to fill in all the rest. So first, let's start with our corresponding angle. This is in the top right, so the top right over here is angle 6, would be 75 degrees also. Okay, alternate interior right here would be angle 4, so that's 75 degrees. And then lastly, with angle 6, alternate exterior would be angle 1, so that's 75 degrees. Okay, and then we just talked about if it's not one of those 3 angle types, then they're supplementary. So I can take 180 minus 75, that's 105. So all of the rest of these angles are 105 degrees. Now you should have 4 of each kind. So if you have more of one kind, then you made a mistake. So I have 4 105s and 4 75s. Okay? And your parallel lines can be facing in any direction. In this case, they're facing up and down. Okay, I want you to try this one on your own. So go ahead and pause, and then I'll show you the answer when you're done. All right, so this is where your angles should have been. If you start with corresponding, then that gives you this 59. Then alternate exterior gives you this 59. And then these two are alternate interior. Then I took 180 and subtracted 59, which gave me 121. So the rest of the missing angles are 121 degrees. All right, this is your assignment. It is posted on Google Classroom right underneath this video. So you're going to pull it up from Classroom and then write the questions in your math spiral. Okay, so we're doing 8 through 11, 14, 15, 17 through 22.